Josh Burkman back on the program. Drew Dober is his opponent coming up here, UFC 214, man. Big card, July 29th. I mean, it's a
huge card,
It's a huge
right?
card.
I haven't seen a card like this in a long time.
Yeah. I was. I'm licensed to referee in California as a pro, so I was begging Andy Foster, like, please, if somebody falls out, let me know. But it's UFC, it's the top end, so you have to use the top end reps. You don't use the bottom end. You use the best guys, and I'm just not at that qualification yet. So. Right. It was huge, yeah, and I'm still trying to get there. I'm still trying to. We're still talking to some guys tonight. We're going to dinner with them. We're still trying to formulate if we can even get into the arena. We're trying to get there to watch the fight. It's such a big card,
right?
Who the hell wants to stay home? Like, why would you want to be at home for this fight?
No, I agree, man. When I was stoked about it, and then when Waller and Cowboy got put on it, and they added Maya and Woodley too, that came a little later.
Yeah,
I was like, damn, yeah, this is a good one to be on.
Yeah, a lot of eyeballs.
And I don't got to travel far. It's like a store. I mean, so many things that make me so happy about this card.
Yeah, talking about not traveling far, though, you didn't travel for your training camp. You stayed home most of the time, right?
Yeah, I was traveling quite a bit for the last few camps, and there was a lot of different reasons why, and one of them was that I wanted to there was this Budokan training in Miami. There was a mixture of yoga, martial arts. This guy, Cameron Shane, the one that you talked to, 50 years old, and I'm like, I want to make sure that I can move like that when I'm 50, not just when I'm 35, right? So I went out there. I did a lot of training out there. And then I was in Vegas. I trained in Vegas a little bit. And then I, ran my own training camps and brought the Hawaiians out here quite a bit too, But then Ramsey Nigel moved back here, and me, him, Court McGee, Steven Seiler, we all got back together. That was the group we had at Pit Elevated. When I was fighting in the World Series of Fighting and stuff. So we all just put ourselves back together, and there was no reason to go anywhere this camp. And I even, I was going to go down and train with Dennis Davis and those guys at Extreme Couture, and I was like, no, I'm not leaving. I've been waiting for this for a couple of years, and I found it again. So,
how hard was it to get everybody back together again? Was it just a casual conversation? Hey, let's start on Thursday, or was it like, hey, let's
yeah, I mean, that's kind of how it went down.
Really?
Ramsey came back to town, and he moved back from San Francisco. He hadn't fought for a while, and he came into our gym, and I said, hey, if you want to coach for me, no problem. You can coach for us. You can do some corporate stuff, whatever you want to do, And then he found a gym to train at in a suburb of Salt Lake in Sugar House.
Okay.
And he started training there. And then I just went over there one day and was like, let's train, And then all of a sudden, Steven Seiler showed up. And then all of a sudden, Court showed up. We had a couple of kids from Iowa that just moved to Utah that wanted to fight. Started showing up. I mean, tossing everybody around on the wrestling mat. We were like,
wow.
What? And so it just kind of organically got together, and now we got fighters from all the gyms all over the state come to train with us, and it's turned into an awesome group like we used to have.
Wow, that's great. So how much more is it? I mean, obviously mentally you're at home, so that actually makes you more relaxed. You have everything in your area as far as recovery goes that you're used to because you have everything set up there already. But now you've got your great training partners again. So how much? In a way, that could be more stressful because now there's no real excuse. Like you got everything back in place.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I need any more excuses or whether it goes right or whether I've been through. If there's something to go through in this sport, bro, I've been through it. I mean, I just felt great going into a fight with Rosamar Palhares, right?
Yeah.
And I got caught right away, and he finished me quick, and that's never happened to me in my career. And I almost thought about throwing my gloves down and being done, And I was like, no, because at 37 years old, I'm in great shape. My body feels better than ever. And I think it was just almost an emotional decision because I've never lost like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've like I said, I've managed my career in a way that I think I'm going to peak around 40. You know what I mean? Not in my early 30s. And so, I mean, no excuses. I've had a good training camp. The difference in this training camp compared to the last couple is I wasn't sparring as much. I tried to really pull back from sparring the last couple years, really, because when I was training for Hector Lombard, I got hurt twice
Yeah.
sparring.
Yep.
I didn't spar a lot for the next few fights, and then this fight, I just realized, like for timing and distance and space, I needed to spar more, and my body was finally back to a place where like I was able to push it. And then we have these young kids that want to spar all the time. Court and Ramsey, Ramsey was getting ready to go on the Ultimate Fighter at the time. So it like I said, it all came back together. We're sparring a couple times a week, and working like I'm 25 again. So I think it's gonna. I hope it's gonna pay off, right?
Well, this one too. I got to ask, man. Don't you feel like you're kind of on a chopping block? You've only won one fight in your last 6 fights, and you're in a 3-fight losing streak right now. So I mean,
yeah, I am. It's funny. I because if you look at the record, right? Like I lost that fight. But I haven't fought bad, right? Like I had the loss against Prazeres, but before that it was a fight with Zach Otto where he didn't do much, I didn't do much.
Right.
Then I fought, Paul Felder, who's tearing it up right now.
Yeah.
And if you watch that fight, I didn't lose that fight. And it's just been these little things, right? I don't get a decision. I don't quite, pull the trigger. And yeah, I mean, the UFC owes me nothing. Right, they've given me every opportunity I can have more than anybody, and a lot of that, like Dana said, he's like, I don't cut guys like you,
right?
Like your contract's good, you show up and fight, you're in this organization, like you never turned down a fight, you never backed out of a fight. He's like, I respect that, So I have 2 fights left, but yes, I got to win. I mean, I got to win. Period. That's. And that's why, like I said, I pushed a little more this camp. Wasn't worried about, man, if I get hurt, this happens, that happens. Nah, we got to prepare ourselves the best we can, go show up and see what happens.
Now, in the beginning, you said that you've cut back on sparring the last couple of years, but then you said you're back to sparring twice a week now. That's the way that it used to be. So what changed between not sparring that much to all of a sudden sparring quite a bit?
Well, I think there's a few things. I think like rapport and the guys that you work with, that matters, right?
Yeah.
And like I said, when I got hurt training for Hector Lombard, I was just like, it's more important to get into the fight, because then I didn't train or really spar for 6 weeks. I trained, but I didn't get any hard, grappling and training in. And I went and fought Hector Lombard, and I showed up ready to fight. I fought fine. So then I was like, okay, maybe I'll back off sparring. So then, we had controlled sparring and some lighter stuff. And then I just got into this routine of like I was getting in good shape, hitting mitts and having like controlled drills and sparring. But for me, it was just the group getting back together, Ramsey, Court likes to work hard. Court likes to push it in sparring, Ramsey's the same way. We go hard. But we've trained together so long, there's a rapport there that nobody's doing anything stupid. I mean, guys get rocked a little bit, guys get hit in the mouth a little bit, but it's a very high-level sparring group, you know what I mean? And then some kids that are a little reckless, they got to get dropped once in a while too. So
and that's
a group.
Obviously because McGregor and Mayweather is the big hot topic right now in fighting. And that's one of the big differences. I started talking to a lot of old school boxing coaches, like the Brays, John Bray and Ben Bray, and these guys in LA. Like, how does sparring go? Like, well, you pay your sparring partner to give you a good look, give you a good feel, but not smash you when you're smashed. Like, if he tags you, he's like, oh, he's rocked, I'm gonna back off now. Where it seems like a lot in MMA that if you're trained with some guys and they hit you and you're a little rung, they're gonna come after you and try to finish it like it's a fight, as opposed to going, okay, hey, your guard was down. You screwed up in that position. I caught you. Let's just keep going through this round. Let's do a little recovery. I'm going to give you some pitter pats. And then we'll refresh the next round. But you've learned your lesson, as opposed to, let me really teach you a lesson and put you out for a week because I just gave you a concussion. And that seems like in MMA, it's like still that game. And so you're right. When you sparred for Hector Lombard, I totally understand what you're saying. Like, yeah, some of those guys they're just going to kill me. And it's just practice, man. Like, this makes no sense.
Yeah, and I'm pretty, I'm pretty laid back, when, like, for the most part, when I'm training, I drill, I like to work. I know I'm going to be able to show up and fight. So I think, but for me, sparring's important. It's important for me to bite down on my mouthpiece, get that look in my eyes, because I don't get that look and I don't get that feel unless I spar. But there's another key ingredient for me, and it's a guy named Kwame Stevens, who was my coach out at Pit Elevated.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because sometimes I don't even realize like certain things, and life just takes its course. And like I said, I got divorced,
Yeah.
and managing life, it was almost like my emotion was more getting my ex-wife set up, taking my kids, managing the heart of my kids, and fighting almost was like put on the back burner. I was doing it, but I wasn't doing it like I'm doing it right now, right?
Right.
And I had a coach, Kwame, and when the Pit Elevated shut down, Kwame went back to work and just started doing stuff on his own, and we didn't work together. It's been a couple of years, and I just called him and said, "Hey, I need your help. I need you back," And he's like,
Yeah.
"It's funny." He's like, "I got perfect time for it," And we've been working for 12 weeks now, and
Oh,
a
wow. Okay.
couple weeks ago, he goes, "You're back," And I was like, "I feel like I'm back," and he goes, "Listen, sometimes like warriors just go through these phases where they just pull back, and like he's like." You're still here. You're healthy. He's like, you're not 37 years old. He's like, you're moving like you're 25 years old. And he's like, you didn't get older. And he just talked to me about like he's like you're off balance. He's like your stance was here. You're not ready to fight. He's like we got to get you centered, get your chin back in the middle of your chest. And we just got back to a lot of basics. It's almost like I learned this and I learned that, and I didn't have it like all pulled together. And so I think it's important, to have the right coach, the right group, and I feel like after I went and did it on my own for so long again, now I got this group and this coach, and I feel very centered, and I feel, like I said, very ready to fight. There's definitely no excuses. And then I got this weight cut. It's been a lot, managing it for a couple of years, but like I'm a lightweight. Look at me, bro. I'm all skinny
Yeah.
now. But I'm lean and I'm flexible and I'm fast, and I really think that it's going to pay off.
We're about a week away from having to make weight. About 8 days away from having to make weight. What's your weight like right now?
I just got out. I woke up at 73. I went and got a workout in. I was 71, and
Okay.
now's when I start like getting a little skinny, getting a little,
Yeah.
you know, the calories down. I just make sure to stay super hydrated, put micronutrition in my body. But yeah, I got 15 pounds to go,
Yeah.
and for me, that's easy.
That's normal. It's at that weight. It's 15 pounds is about the right.
Yeah,
Between
yeah.
10 and 15 is about the right dehydration. So
And then on Tuesday, I hope to show up in California at 168 pounds, and then it's 12 pounds, and that's no problem.
yeah, it's easy for you. For
Yeah,
you at least. Okay.
yeah. It's an old school mentality, right? I think they need to get. I mean, commission calls me every day, tells me to step on the scale. I mean,
Yeah.
I got Jeff Nowitzki from the UFC Health and whatever calling me, telling me to do this and that. I'm like, we're old school, man. This is what we do. But I don't think the next generation should be cutting weight like we've
No.
learned to do it.
It's changing. It's slowly changing. California's already put it in place, and you're going to be one of those. You make weight, and then they check your weight the next day, and they see where you're coming in the arena at. Like, what do you weigh coming in the arena? And if you're over, I think it's 10% of your body weight, then
Yeah,
that night you're fine. Like nothing's going to happen with that fight, but after that fight, they're going to go. You put more than 10% of your body weight on. We got to talk about you moving up to 170,
yeah,
going back up to welterweight. And then if they like you have to move up to welterweight, then you have to go get a doctor's notice saying that you can fight at 55, stay down at 55. It's just
right.
game that, but they're trying to make it healthier, and it's a big.
Yeah,
It is. I was
I
all
think
against
it's
it when I was fighting, and now
right.
when I'm not fighting, I'm looking at it. I'm like, for the longevity of the sport and for the betterment of our athletes, we've got to change how we cut weight. It just has to.
Yeah,
Has to
I mean,
happen.
I agree 100%. I think guys should come in no more than 10 pounds over, and they shouldn't put on more than 15. And it's like it shouldn't be who cuts the best weight. It should be about the integrity of the weight class. And I
Yeah.
think that needs to
Well, I
be
mean, you got to
implemented.
look at it. When you're a 115 pounder female, you put on 15 pounds. That's a huge
Right.
amount of weight. I mean, that's just nuts. But if
Yeah.
you're a 205 pounder and you put on 15 pounds, that's like, who cares? I mean,
Yeah. No big
15
deal.
pounds at
Right.
205, so it's really the body weight. So that's why I get why they went to percentage. It's a percentage of body weight that really counts, because really, if you're looking at a 115-pound female and she walks in at 130 that night, like she's gonna have bad heart problems come later.
Right. No
You
doubt
know.
about it. And two, I mean, I just went and got an MRI and an MRA and talked to the doctor about the
Yeah.
brain, what happens, to like the blood vessels in the vein when guys do severe dehydration and things like that. And it's like, it's not guys just getting hit in the head. It's dehydrating themselves and then getting hit in the head. And it's, no, the sport, I mean, like I said, the UFC's on it, California Commission's on it. It doesn't happen overnight, but I think they're moving in the right direction for sure.
Yeah, I like it.
I want them to leave me alone because I'm old school.
And that's a fair enough assessment. Hey, look, guys, I get it. I signed the contract. I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for a long time. Leave me alone. The new guys coming in, though, get them. Like, get all those guys. Yeah.
Right. Well, so we went down to the UFC grand opening for the Institute, and I saw Sean Shelby, and Shelby's like, "You're fighting Drew Dober." I'm like, "Cool." And then I saw Drew Dober, and I'm like, "This little dude is thick, dude." You know what I mean? Like. And I'm like, "What are you walking at?" And I'm like, "We might as well fight at welterweight." He's like, "I'm down to fight at welterweight."
Yeah.
And then I talked to Shelby, and I was like, maybe we do a catchweight. He's like, "You're not doing a catchweight, but if you want to fight welterweight, you guys can, And then Shelby called me about a week ago, and he's like, "What's going on with the weight?" And he's like, Drew Dober's bigger, you're bigger. California Commission's telling me this fight should be a welterweight. Jeff's calling me saying this fight should be a welterweight. I said, "Listen, we signed on to do it at lightweight. I'm cool to do it at lightweight. Like, these guys are worried about, fighters come weight. We'll be fine, but they're on it. They're monitoring it. And like I say, it's going in the right direction. But yeah, we're big lightweights. Let us fight."
Yeah.
It's
going to be interesting to see what comes out. Like, I'd be interested to see what you weigh day of the fight. And what the California Commission says, like, what's at that point now? What happens at that stage?
Yeah, I'm gonna walk in at 175, and they're gonna be like, "You put on 20 pounds," and I'm gonna say, "Yep."
Yeah, this is what I do. That's how it goes.
Yes, I did.
It's
all water.
You put on 20 pounds? Yes, I did. Okay, all right.
Unless your scale's wrong.
which could be. It's possible. Josh, thanks so much for coming on, man. I appreciate it. Glad to see you're back. Glad to see that things are going well. This is going to be a great fight, man. I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. Dober's a tough kid, comes forward. But like I said, I think you'll see the old Burkman, not the one that's been in the UFC. I've been waiting a long time to feel like this. And like I say, we'll see what happens.
Good. I love it.
Yeah.
Take care, man.
See you there. Hope you make it.
Yeah, if I get it, I'll text you, let you know. If I'm in town, I'll let you know.
Okay, do for sure, bro.
Thanks, bud. Talk to you soon.
All right, later.